Okay, greetings. Hopefully everyone's going to watch the video tonight. Today's video is on polar graphing. Okay, we're used to what? The Cartesian, the grid, coordinate grid with x and y. We're going to now graph r theta. R is the length of your radius and theta is the angle. Okay, so that's your new coordinates now. All right, r is the distance from the pole or the origin. Okay, we've kind of done a little of this in a way. We've figured out here's a point, and we've made our triangle, and we label x. We've made our right triangle x and y. We've used the Pythagorean theorem, right, to figure out what our radius is. We've used what? Inverse tangent of y over x to figure out what theta is. And so we, even on the Cartesian coordinate system, the graphing system, we were able to get a r sine theta, or I'm sorry, we're able to get r comma theta if we want. Okay, but here's what it's going to look like, and hopefully you can see this. I've made this a little bolder. Here's pi 6. We're going to start off on, this is the polar axis. It's kind of like we're going to start off what would be the x-axis right here. Here's 0, pi 6, pi thirds, pi halves. These are concentric circles, which mean what? They have the same center right here, okay? So the first thing you kind of do, it's kind of backwards. R comes first, but you find your angle theta really first, okay? So let's say I want to plot 3 pi 6 right here, 3 comma pi 6. So I notice pi 6, and I'm going to go, well, here's 1, 2, 3. So I plot that point, and there's 3 comma pi 6. You can also have negative. Notice I've got negative 3 pi 6. So when your r is negative, you locate your angle, theta, pi 6, but then you go in the opposite direction. So here's my angle, and the pi 6 line, hopefully you can see this. Okay, but I'm going to go in the opposite direction. So here's negative 3, here's the pi 6 line. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 in the opposite direction. So there's negative 3 pi 6. What's different about this versus the xy Cartesian coordinate system is that we can represent one point several, infinite different ways. Where xy could only be, 3 comma 4. There's only one way to write that, 3 comma 4. Well, here, notice this negative 3, 7 pi 6, that's 7 pi 6. Well, I could also do 3, this is negative 3. This is negative 3 pi 6. So here's pi 6, negative 3. Okay, sorry about that. This point 3, 7 pi 6 is the same point. Notice I go to the angle first, theta, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pi 6, and I locate the angle first, and then I go 1, 2, 3. So notice this and this are the exact same points. What else could I do? I could add another, this is 7 pi 6, go another full rotation and make it plus 2 pi, 12 over 6, 19 pi 6. So it'd be 3, 19 pi 6, so I could go in the negative direction. So a lot of different things we could do using positive and negative and different angles to get the exact same point. So the big thing is r comma theta, but find your theta first, and then, like in this case, pi thirds, 3, positive is this way, and negative you go in the opposite direction, okay? And it actually puts you on a different theta, okay? Some quick things. Let's go back to my Promethean board. Remember, here's a point on the Cartesian system. We can make our triangle. I can label my x and y. I can do Pythagorean theorem, solve for the radius. I can do inverse tangent again, inverse tangent of y over x and get theta. And we can convert that and put it back on the polar system. Okay? Finally, last thing, I hope this is short. I've got company. Has this been short so far? Thank you. All right. We're going to graph, we're used to XY chart. What's different is we've got R and theta, but theta is our independent variable. notice I've got r comma theta. Theta is going to be my independent variable. Here I've got r equals 2 sine theta. So here's an example that we're going to have to do in our lesson, is fill out a chart, kind of like our xy chart, where now it's r theta chart, but we're going to plug in theta. Okay, what's sine of 0? Well, it's 0. Okay, and we need to remember all the things from our unit circle. So sine of 0 is 0. So 2 times 0 is 0. So we could plot that, point 0 and theta 0. That's basically the origin or the pole. Here's another example. What's sine of pi 6? Hopefully you're all shouting out right now, 1/2. Well, I plug in 1/2 here, sine of theta. This is going to be 1/2. Sine of pi 6 is 1/2. 2 times 1/2 is 1. So I could plot on the coordinate, on the grid, 1 pi 6 would be right here. And the other point would have been 0, 0. Okay? So that's a snapshot of what we're going to be doing. Okay? Making charts, converting, and basically graphing polar coordinates on our new polar coordinate graphing system here. Okay? All right, and that's all I have. I'll see you tomorrow. And hey, let's do a raffle. We haven't done one in a week. Lucky name for our Chick-fil-A gift certificate. Got to entice the kids here. And the winner is, you can't win twice. Oh, okay, just so you know, Crystal Prado, lucky girl. Okay? All right, have a good one, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right.